Hey guys, welcome to episode 89 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride. Technically, our last episode was in Pride. It was released, but we didn't record it when it was Pride.
No, I think that's why I was having such a hard time understanding that June is Men's Mental Health Month, because I'm like, no, it's something else. It's Pride, of course. There's room for both.
Yeah.
Suppose.
Yeah.
You see how inclusive I am?
So happy Pride to those who
Oh
celebrate.
Anyways, this is my Victoire shirt. It finally came in. I'm too scared to wash it because if you recall, I ordered this weeks ago in PWHL playoffs and got it, washed it, and it just stained. I don't even know how. And it was the only item that got stained. And it just took a hot minute for my replacement to get here. So I don't know that this will ever get washed. But gotta support my girls.
Just wash it with towels or something?
I'm just worried. I think it was like the actual color bleeding out. Like I think it was the blue. Because I originally thought it was a pen because I have a history of washing pens.
Sharpies, pens.
I'm not perfect, you know?
No. Also, it's always stuff from your scrubs. And when you get home from the hospital, your brain's gone.
Well, sometimes I pat my scrub pockets down better than others. Sometimes there's a hidden jewel in there, just waiting to ruin my entire laundry load.
Anywho, if you haven't noticed already, there's 2 episodes out today. There's been so much that's been going on in the PWHL world, and I mean the MNHL as well. They're in their Stanley Cup finals. But we were like, there's going to be too much. We don't want to issue a 2-hour-long episode.
Yeah,
we would much rather break it out. And so this is going to be us recapping, giving our thoughts, gabbing about the first 2 episodes of Off Campus.
True.
If you are looking for hockey, look at the other episode.
Look at episode 88, which you probably already watched because this is 89.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like some people are going to click on it just because Off Campus is having a moment.
Is it?
Honestly, that's the thing. Is I don't know if I'm just thrown that, I mean, Heated Rivalries was massive.
Heated Rivalries was everywhere. Yeah.
And it was everything. And Off Campus, you're just not going to be able to live up to that hype. And so maybe it's just not as big. But I feel like I'm seeing a lot. You've been actively avoiding spoilers, so it's not coming up on your page.
Yeah, that's probably why it's hard for me to say. I know they got renewed for season 2 already.
I know.
But I'm like, Amazon renews the weirdest, the most random stuff.
The NHL hasn't said anything about it, so.
I don't really give a fuck. They're all college students. They shouldn't be saying anything. Keep your mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut. Okay. Well, actually, I have a few things to talk about before we get into it. It's all off-campus related.
It better be.
It is. Mika Abdallah.
Oh, yeah.
Abdallah. First of all, she's going to be the new it girl. I'm calling it.
Body tea, hair amazing.
Body tea. She just got...
I will say it looks like she has a lot of product in her hair. Like, I can't tell if her hair's fried or if it's just how the highlights are. But it looks really good.
It looks great. She's an LA Kings fan, but she's also a Dallas Stars fan. IRL. She actually keeps up with hockey. And I saw some interview of her and the actress for Hannah, whose name I just cannot remember right now.
Ella Bright. Right?
Ella Bright. Yeah. Talking about it, and the LA Kings commented on it.
Adorable.
Like, period. Okay. Another thing I feel like I should say going into this, Lauren is biased because she has read the books. I also read the books, but I didn't read them the way Lauren did as a teenager.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what John Logan does. I just don't like the guy. I don't like anything he does or says.
And that's Renee Rapp's ex. That's the man that...
Well, I dug more into their breakup, and they broke up because she wanted to explore her sexuality. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he literally packed all of his bags and straight ghosted her out of their apartment. So, that is, to me, where the fault lies. The fault lies in your star. You're guilty.
The fault lies in your stars.
I don't like him. I'm sorry.
referring to the ancient texts in the kitchen, he didn't even take all of his shit when he went. She had to deal with it. And that's why we hate Boston.
I will say, I'm trying. I purposely in episode 2, I was like, okay, what is one nice thing about him? And I was like, I like his raspy voice. I like his acting.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's Broadway.
I wouldn't say great actor. He's okay.
I could see where he would be great on Broadway. Also, I've heard him sing. I've heard him sing next to Renee Rapp, and anybody singing next to Renee Rapp is not as good as her.
Look, the only people I think that can hold their own, and this is just me not being cultured against or with Renee Rapp.
Ray.
What did I just say?
The only people you think could
okay.
hold
I thought
own.
I said her name wrong.
No.
Yeah, Ray, definitely. Dove Cameron, 100%.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be a great crossover episode.
The original cast of Wicked, Broadway edition.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, she can do everything.
Honestly, yeah.
And Aaron, I can't remember his full name because it's like a hyphenated, but it's Aaron Levitt something. Y'all will know him from, he was in Gossip Girl. He played Chase Crawford's cousin that Serena had an affair with. That was a politician that was married.
See his face. I didn't know he sang.
Oh my God, yeah. He is Broadway. He's got an amazing voice. I think
Speaking
that's
of voices, you're not going to be able to hear my cat, but so far this entire episode, he's just meow, 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 meow.
He hasn't calmed down. Marlo got a bath this morning. Marlo hates a bath. Teddy was very anxious about how upset Marlo was because Marlo was growling and just generally throwing a fit. He's not violent. He's just vocal.
Which, if you're new here, we have 2 cats. Lauren's got one. I've got one. Marlo's about 4 years older than Teddy. Teddy's a baby.
Yeah. Marlo's a black cat. Duh.
Teddy's a ginger.
Yeah.
Duh. They fit our personalities far more than we ever imagined.
And so Marlo's just like having a little temper tantrum.
Yeah.
And Teddy's right there. And Teddy is meowing back at him in a very clear, like, help him, help the man.
Yes,
It was so.
He started knocking Lauren's stuff off the table.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to off campus. It occurred to me where I know Garrett's actor from. For the Ride, the movie.
Oh my God.
A little thing about me, Sarah Dessen books, specifically Along for the Ride, have such a special place in my life. They are like kind of my off-campus books. But that I read Along for the Ride in like 8th grade and decided maybe I do enjoy reading. And then I proceeded to read every book in Sarah Dessen's catalog. And then Along for the Ride came out and I was like, what the frick is this movie? This sucks.
I remember when it came out because I was travel nursing. And we talked on the phone while we watched it.
Because you liked it.
I liked it, but I hadn't read the book.
That's fair.
Well, I think I had read the book, but I wasn't super impressed with the book. Yeah. But I mean, that makes a lot of sense because I was wondering where I knew him from.
Yeah. Also, okay, just a couple more little things and then we'll get into actually episode 1. Ella Bright, who plays Hannah, played a young Kate Middleton in The Crown. A little fun fact about that.
I did not know that.
She does have a British accent. It's really funny because she's from America. Both of her parents are American. She was born in America, but they moved to England because both of her parents acted. I think they were like Broadway type people. And so
she's got a great voice.
So she's got a British accent, but she is American. And I think that might be the last little thing. Okay. Yeah, we read the books. There's a couple things that you'll notice every episode that we're doing. I am renaming the episodes just off of vibes. It started with episode 1, and I've just kept it going. We are also doing plus minus penalty box. Plus is like our favorite part of the episode. Minus is like our least favorite part or a part that just made us cringe. And then penalty box is like straight to deal. Why the hell is this happening? I hate this.
We're basically copy pasting, but making it not look like we borrowed the things that, what's that podcast that did Heated Rivalry that was all guys?
Oh, Empty Netters did do that.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
I've told you that like 2 times. So yeah, we've been influenced by them, I guess.
That's why
it's not an original song.
That's why it felt familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
My God, I have short legs. Can I get in on this?
I'm trying to pull it closer too. What do you mean? There's like this big of a gap.
You just pulled it directly in front of you. I wanted a little something on my side.
The problem is you're pushing it away.
No, I'm not. Let's talk about episode 1.
Episode 1. I have kind of scene by scene notes of what happened, and then we have our thoughts. So we open on a side by side scene of Garrett and Hannah,
which I kind of liked.
They've done that 2 or 3 times.
They've done it too many times, but I initially liked it.
I liked it initially as well before they really got to know each other. Hannah is cleaning up the arena. Garrett is skating, kind of having a solo practice, and ultimately showering, which honestly, it's kind of crazy to me because she's clearly in the arena, and maybe I'm just like mixing it up with professional hockey. They normally have a practice arena.
My thing is,
practice rink.
I've got a couple of things.
Okay.
Number 1, why plot point. She used to just work at the diner, Della's Diner.
Yes.
I understand that they merged that into a diner with a bar with karaoke, which just feels like a lot, but okay. But then they also gave her a job at the ice arena. But in that job, she's doing like 4 different roles.
Yeah.
She's doing EVS, she's doing laundry, she's doing equipment manager. Like, what is going on? And she's also the only one there. What is she getting paid?
No, I didn't even think about that. She is doing like 4 different people's jobs. This was the one that throws me. And I get it's all for the plot, it's all for the book. She goes into the locker room to clean up and do laundry, I'm guessing. Well, then she notices that there's clothes on the floor in front of one of the stalls and starts picking them up without thinking, someone might be in here. She had headphones in, so she wouldn't have heard the running water. Garrett is in the shower, and Hannah just is watching.
You gotta look. I'm gonna defend my girl
stunned.
here. You've got to allow for the fact that she was clearly thrown off, and some people's fight or flight is to freeze, and she clearly was frozen. But that didn't stop her eyes from dropping below.
As someone whose fight or flight is freeze, that is a great point. I may or may not have aspirated earlier in the week.
And her playlist was good.
The playlist of this show has been so good so far.
She's just vibing her way through chores, and I was just bopping my head along.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And he just gives a little, can I help you? And she's like, no, I gotta go.
Well, also, I want to talk about something.
Is it the back tattoo?
Yes.
Oh my God, the back tattoo looked so bad.
Look, they gave him an upper back, shoulder to shoulder tattoo. And I'm just here to tell you that an upper back tattoo is just a tramp stamp for boys.
I wrote the same note, Lauren. I wrote, suddenly the male tramp stamp of the century pops up with the poorest quality. I'm like, it looked so bad.
It used to be the full like tribal cuff on the arm. And now it's a freaking upper back tat. Yuck.
I'm watching Love Island right now, and there's one guy, we're like 3 episodes in, I don't know anybody's name. He's got it's similar tattoo but way bigger, and I also was like, it's a tramp stamp for a man, essentially.
I also just want to say one more thing about the opening scene. I'm glad that they stuck with the casting description for Hannah, because in the book, she body T, she's got curves, she eats food.
Yeah.
Like, she's such a little cutie patootie. And most of all, she's a brunette, which at the time, up until I got into hockey, I didn't realize that was literally transcending the game.
No, that
making
is game changer.
Love of your life a brunette for a star hockey player.
She eats food and she's a brunette.
And she looks healthy.
It's insane. That's probably the most unrealistic part of this all.
Yeah. Well, in the book too, Hannah is basically being like, I can't remember how she phrased it, but she's basically like, we all know that you like these like rail thin girls. That's why you're not used to seeing a girl eat or whatever. And he's like, not all men, but not me either. Like, I like a curvy girl. And then also in the book, Logan likes rail thin girls. Another red flag.
Yeah. So then we have the next scene. Now, this next scene, it's in the classroom, which is where Hannah and Garrett met in the book.
Yes.
Right? They're passing out exams. Pretty much everybody has failed. And the professor's like, if you failed, which is most of you, suck it up. You suck, essentially, which is the most college thing I've ever. That is just so true.
Well, in the book, that class has always been an easy A. But then the professor had a stroke and obviously couldn't teach it. And so the replacement is like this hard ass, you're going to actually work and understand material, which is just a foreign concept to a entry-level freshman almost choked on air. An entry-level freshman course.
Yeah.
And also their juniors taking this.
They are, which is interesting that Hannah's in that.
Yeah.
With how smart and talented she is.
Yeah, so I agree.
Pretty much everybody in the class has failed it. Hannah, of course, aced it because she is that girl. And we have our first Bo Maxwell appearance as well.
In all caps. Bo Maxwell, my love, casting 8 down. He's so pretty and sweet looking. I love him.
He's exactly how I pictured him in the book.
He's exactly how I pictured him at the book. And I am literally begging you, Amazon, if you're going to change so much, which you already have, and I'm fine with all that so far, change his story. He cannot D-word. He's got to S-word survive.
Yeah, I also should probably say, if you don't know what happens in the books...
Congratulations, I'm going to spoil it for you.
This is going to have spoilers. I initially was like, we'll do it spoiler free. I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm going to try and minimize it.
I am going to try and minimize it, but like that is a major plot point and it has haunted the narrative for everybody who has ever read the series.
It like physically pains me to look at him because he is just too near and dear for me.
Yeah.
And they're making him so much more prevalent in the show. Because in Hannah and Graham, you like meet him a couple times. He's super nice. His sister has like a Broadway gig. So he's just like a little angel pie. But that's pretty much the only times you really see him. And now I'm going to have to get to know him intimately one-on-one as a person.
Yeah. Okay, so Hannah aced the test. Garrett and Bo are sitting behind her. Garrett sees that she aced the test and he's like, what the hell? How did you ace that?
Are you going to talk about the line he says?
You got to be more specific, hun.
So he looks at her paper, whatever, and she's like, basically, mind your business. And he goes, oh, only you get to look at things you shouldn't. And just rizzed her all the way up.
I did write that down.
My jaw was on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. So then she's like out at class and we get our first Allie appearance, which Allie...
She is the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
I want to talk about stylists real quick because I understand Hannah's character is supposed to be more cautious, a little bit.
She's got a very boring style, very conservative in the books. Yeah.
Yes. Why in the big 2026 are we wearing high-waisted jeans? High-waisted skinny jeans is what she had on.
Who, Allie?
Hannah had high-waisted skinny jeans on.
And
so
I didn't notice that.
I immediately clocked it. As somebody with a similar figure to her.
Yeah, because if it was Allie, I can defend that, but...
Yeah. And honestly, Allie's stylist loves her. Because every outfit she's got on is just so fun. And if anybody has a link to the like a Linktree like to know it situation that's got Allie's wardrobe, there's a couple pieces in there that I think I could work into my style that
Girl,
I need.
I'm gonna say this with love. You're more Hannah style.
I'm aware, but there's a couple pieces in Allie's wardrobe that I'm like, I need that.
Okay, that's fair
that
enough.
I would actually wear. I'm not wearing a low-waisted mini skirt. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look good on me.
You'll never catch me in a low-waisted anything. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
I don't have the hips for that.
No.
Sorry.
No. And then, so they're chit-chatting, whatever, talking about the test. Allie's like, you need to go talk to Justin. Did you talk to Justin today? And Garrett comes up calling her Mona.
Which is book accurate, except he didn't say it out loud. He just thought that her name was like Mona Melissa something with an M.
Yeah. But he called her Mona. And then it's so funny to me because he's clearly wanting her to help him pass, but he's not saying that. He was just like, I failed that test. And Hannah goes, is there something I can do with that? And he goes, I was thinking it would be great if I didn't fail it again. And her two friends go, was there a question in that?
They read him to filth. And I love it. I love the expansion of the friends because for Hannah in the book, you really only have Allie and you have a little bit of Nell. And we haven't met Nell. I don't know if Nell's going to be in it. No, Nell.
Nell. Yeah, it is Nell.
Which I don't know if she's going to be in the show or not.
I think
But I love her. I love her best friends. I love how they refuse to call Garrett by his name and are like, oh, I guess you're Mona now. Says we can't learn names, Mr. Hockey Player. Get the fuck out of here.
No, it was great. It was fantastic.
They were like a jock. Ugh.
Yeah. He ends up straight up asking her to tutor him. And she's like, no, I've got other things. Like, I can barely work and do my own classes. I'm not tutoring you right now. And then this whole conversation makes her late to her orchestra class, which stressed me out as someone who is terrified of being late. And then her professor at the end of that class tells her that her scholarship is being pulled.
Which is
university.
Not book accurate, but I'm fine with that.
No, it's not book accurate.
Because in the book, and also they have book accurate banner because Hannah is very sassy. She's very kind, but she does not put up with Garrett at all. Mm-hmm. She absolutely corrects him. And he needed it, to be frank. Yeah. Because in the book, he's like, I'm not used to having to like ask for stuff. Like it just gets thrown my way.
There's one scene, I think it's in episode 2, where she's like, you still don't know my name? And he's like, normally girls just tell me their name.
Which is book accurate.
It is.
But in the book, there's nothing about the scholarship being in jeopardy or anything like that. She is doing the winter showcase with a guy named Cass, who is just an absolute diva down asshole. And they're singing a melody that Nell wrote and is playing the piano with. And then as the book goes on, Cass gets to be a bigger and bigger diva, and he's like making all these changes. Mm-hmm. And Hannah is sassy, but not confrontational. Yeah. So she's just letting him run all over the place. He like asked Nell out to basically manipulate her to get her on his side.
Yeah, his side.
And then basically Garrett comes in and is like, you're not taking advantage of my girl, right? You wouldn't do that. We know how talented she is. And basically alpha males him into submission. That's not what's happening in the show at all. We don't know those characters at all.
She ends up leaving that part and doing a solo in the book.
Yes, but in the show so far, she is classically trained.
Yes.
That scholarship is going away.
Yes.
So she's trying to break into the pop showcase, which would be the Winter Classic in this situation, and trying to write her own piece and come up with it.
Yes.
Which is just completely different. But I'm fine with it.
Yeah. And now you just said it. She's pivoting to pop.
And another thing.
Because there's more money in pop.
One more thing about that is she's trying to write her own songs, but she hasn't written anything since after her trigger warning. She got sexually assaulted in high school.
Yes.
So every time she's writing, she's getting like flashbacks. She's getting PTSD flashbacks multiple times throughout the day, which in the book, she had been in years of therapy, assimilated very well into society, and had a very good handle on her trauma aside from the sexual aspect of it. I understand why they're playing that up, but it's not a change that I necessarily like because she's so much stronger.
She is very strong
in the book than they are portraying her currently.
They're also doing similar flashbacks with Garrett with his childhood, which, spoiler alert, his dad was abusive towards both him and his mother. So I don't know if maybe they're just continuing kind of the side-by-side parallels of the two of them or what.
I think it's just a plot device so they don't have to tell you what happened. They can just show you little bits.
That's fair. I mean, it is always like tell don't or show don't tell kind of thing.
Yeah.
So my groceries delivered 10 minutes ago.
So we're going to take a pause.
Alrighty.
And we're back.
And we see the hockey house for the first time. initial
freaking, that is like a multi-million-dollar house. I don't know how they're affording that other than the fact that Dean and Garrett are rich.
Yeah, specifically Dean.
Well, Garrett is also loaded.
They are. It's true. Dean is kind of like a Vanderbilt.
Yeah, he basically is.
Yeah. Sorry. No, I have it. We get the other players that live in the house. This is our first time seeing a lot of them.
Emphasis on player.
Yeah. Tucker is carrying around a keg trying to figure out where Dean is, being father. Logan is mother. Yeah, you're right. Logan is fixing the kitchen sink, and Dean is showering / walking around the house naked. These are the perfect representations of their characters.
Yeah, in the book, Tucker is literally called mother. Like, he does all the cooking, most of the like, he does it all.
Which I'm reading Tucker's book right now, and I'm not happy with it.
I told you, she just like ran out of ideas. It's damn pitiful is what it is.
Yeah, it is a nice ass college house. I have a very hard time believing that 4 college athletes live there and it's that clean.
Tucker,
that's fair. There's no like front yard couch though.
They're not a frat. Even though fair. A couple of them I think are in frats. I know Garrett's in a frat.
Yeah, Dean's supposed to be in a frat, I think.
I don't know. I don't know.
And they're like, "Where's Garrett?" And then it cuts to Garrett walking outside in the dark. And Lauren was like, "Yeah, privilege of being a man."
Truly. Also, what happened, because that's hours of difference.
Yeah. It was broad daylight. What happened? Where were you? And we get the iconic line, which is what I'm renaming this episode to, is Dippables. Tucker pulls out like soup things. I don't know, something out of the oven. And they're like, "What are you cooking?" There's like an active party going on. And he's like, it's a house party. We need Dippables.
And he's right.
And yeah, I love a Dippable, but I was like, wow.
And it's just, Tucker is so dear to me.
I love Tucker.
He and Sabrina, spoiler alert, their story pisses me off. So I'm just going to rewrite it in my head. And I just love him.
Okay. I'm coming along with you on this rewrite because I hate the trope that they have specifically.
But I really buy the chemistry between all 4 of the boys.
No, 100%.
They've got a really good, like, I believe that they have been friends for years.
Yeah, the banter is very easy. It just flows naturally. I really like it. I think they did a great job. Yeah, I think they did a great job casting. I think the relationship between the cast members is very much reminding me of season 1 Outer Banks.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah. So we see Della's, aka Malone's, combined AKA into one. Bar. Both Hannah and Allie work at Malone's in the show.
Which is not book accurate, but that's okay.
That's fine, though. And Justin Cole, who in the book is a football player for the university.
I'm going to go off about him.
In the show, he is a singer. He's in a band. He's Australian. He
wears one outfit and one outfit only.
It's true. That's a true story.
And it's a statement jacket.
And he's singing "I'm So Into You." And if I have to hear "I'm so into," and then he goes, "Yo," if I have to hear that one more fucking time, I'm going to find a gun. Like,
I was in hell. It actually just like ruined it for me.
Hannah and Allie are like having funny banter, and in the background you just hear
"I'm so into you," and it's like a cover rock band.
Yeah. So Hannah's basically debriefing with her bestie, as one does, about how her scholarship's being pulled. She's going to have to transition to pop to get some kind of money to pay for her school. And I just want to talk about the one line where Hannah's like, "I don't know, I think I'm more of a Taylor Swift than a Lady Gaga." And Allie goes, "You haven't been in love enough times to be a Swift."
Do you want to know something embarrassing?
What?
She said, "I think I'm more of a Taylor." And my initial thought was Elizabeth Taylor. I was like, you've had zero husbands. And then after they kept that bit going, I was like, oh my freaking gosh, they need Taylor Swift. How funny. Embarrassing for me.
I made a correlation in this scene. We've been rewatching Modern Family for the umpteenth time. Allie,
love that show.
Allie is just like an edgier Haley Dunphy.
Okay, I'll let you have that.
No, when we watch the next few episodes, I want you to look at her.
Okay.
And we have another side-by-side moment, too. Hannah Knights versus Garrett's. Unless you had anything else to
I have a lot to say about this scene, actually.
Of the side-by-side?
No, of before that with Justin.
Say about it. Say
it. Look. I'm actually so pissed off it's not even remotely casual. I'm just going to read bar for bar what I wrote, and I did try and minimize it. My boy! What have they done to my boy? What have they done to you, Justin? Yes, that's verbatim. In the book, he is a super quiet jock. He's a football player who reads Hemingway. And now they've just turned him into a guy who sings a rockified cover song of a pop song. Mm-hmm. Yuck. For fuck's sake. It's so befuddling. The reason it was so befuddling in the book that Hannah had a crush on Justin was because he was the antithesis of her. They had nothing in common. Absolutely nothing in common.
Oh my gosh, you're so
zero
right.
circles. So she could just romanticize him based on the very limited view that she got to see him.
Yeah.
He's everywhere now. He's not a football player at all. He's Australian. He's singing cover songs. And he only wears this fuck-ass studded black leather jacket. I'm telling you, in every single scene. No, it's just true. Not, I don't like it. I don't like the change at all. It's actually the only thing in the series that has pissed me off.
Justin Cole's change?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, I would agree with that.
I don't even care.
I don't even think they
wouldn't
needed
care
it.
if they made him a nerd or anything. It's just like, for why? Why? We did so much. You basically just pulled you made up a completely new character and just slapped a name on him from the books. That's not my Justin.
Mm-mm. And the thing is, I'll save this until we talk about it in episode 2.
Okay. I hate it.
You ready to go next scene?
Yeah.
Side by side of Hannah Knights versus Garrett. She is studying / working on her song for the showcase, and Garrett is hooking up with Kendall, which Kendall in the book was...
You see her like twice. Yeah. They gave her no personality. They just made her like the most stereotypical clingy girl who was hoping that you would fall for her, even though you clearly said that that's not what you're here to do. You're just here to fook.
Yeah. And Garrett is actively drinking a beer while they're hooking up.
I'm gonna so they start kissing. They go to his room. He's got a glass bottle beer.
Which glass bottle is
in
crazy.
One hand. And they're making out up against a wall, and she is actively like taking off her clothes, trying to set the vibe, and he is just drinking his beer the whole time up until they're like actively, I'm trying to keep this PG, until they are actively fooking. He is just like sipping on this beer. I would be enraged. I said, Kendall, girl,
put the beer
stand up. He is literally drinking a beer while you're taking off your clothes and kissing him. Flee.
Yeah. And then post hook up. She's like, I missed you. Rick, did you miss me? And it is so uncomfortable because he doesn't say a thing. And she's like, okay, that's rude, whatever. And then Garrett proceeds to be like, what's my favorite color? What do I eat for breakfast type of questions. And
which is book accurate, but it's from a different scene further in the book.
Yeah. And it's essentially like you just want to be with a guy going to the NHL.
Yeah, you like the idea of me, but you don't even know me.
Yeah. You don't know me, Topper. Why did you drop out of Yale? Why did you drop out of Yale?
Yeah, in that scene... I wrote, me and Garrett are too synced up right now. No, we're both nosy and we have the same ringtone, and we're both wanting to know why Kendall thinks she wants him.
Which, like, Kendall is a baddie.
They did give her a personality in the show.
Yeah, they
especially
did
in episode 2, and I really am grateful for that. But
yeah, because she was really kind to Hannah too at one point, which I was like, interesting.
We'll talk about them.
Yeah. Because he also reveals in this whole thing he was drafted by the Bruins, and he can't date because he's focused on hockey and school,
and because he doesn't want to date you.
I don't know. This was the second side-by-side scene collection, and I liked it. And then I was like, okay, we're done with that, right?
No.
No.
There is an actual abomination to film in episode 2 that we will get to.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
All right, what's the next scene?
The backyard workout. All of the guys are working out in the backyard. Why are they not in a gym?
There is no fan either.
There's no fan. Also, you're telling me that the hockey team doesn't have, at this nice ass university that kind of revolves around the athletics, you're telling me they don't have a gym that they're supposed to be working out in?
Or that they prefer to work out in their backyard.
In their backyard.
But I liked it. It was a fun scene.
It was fun.
My jaw, I'm just a woman. My jaw said, and then they ended, they're doing, it looked like, I think they were doing burpees, but to me, all I could think was like star jumps. And then they like land in a circle with all their heads touching, which was just so...
Like someone's going to get concussed.
It was so PBS. It was ridiculous. I liked it.
I enjoyed it too. I did.
It had a real San Jose Shark Power of Friendship vibe to it.
Yes, it did. You know the Habs squat that they do after a win?
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I also, in this scene, it occurred to me, I did not even intend to make this many Outer Banks correlations. I promise. They're just all coming naturally. Dean just reminds me so much of JJ from Outer Banks. And I then saw an edit of people editing them together and like be like they are the same person, just in 2 different stories.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh my God, I was right. I've only seen one person say that though. So then Garrett is like, because obviously things with Kendall are over. He's talking to the guys, hoping to get some support about how it was the right thing. They weren't even dating. And they're like, well, you've kind of been hooking up all year. Yeah, you kind of were dating.
The only one who was on his side was Dean, and that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yep. And then we're back to Hannah. They're in the dorm room. Dorm rooms are not that big.
They had a penthouse. In Bristol House, they had a penthouse because they were upperclassmen. Oh. So they had 2 bedrooms, a kitchen area, and a living room area.
Yeah, which I know that's... and I know that that's like a real thing. It's just also more expensive, and I'm kind of surprised that Hannah was willing to spend the money on it.
I'm pretty sure the Alley
probably
paid for a part of that, and then scholarship money.
Yeah.
And then also saving money.
Yeah. I thought this scene was really cute. It was very girlhood. Hannah's just like confiding in her bestie, of course. And she's talking about basically how she thinks her song is shit. And Allie goes, hey, be nice to my friend Hannah.
I loved it so much.
It's so cute.
I love them.
Yeah. And then Hannah's late for work, which I didn't love. That is just like a running theme. And that is also a running fear of mine. Garrett's there at Malone's when she gets to the work.
To the job.
To the job. So is Justin Cole. And we have one of the most uncomfortable scenes that I've seen in this show so far. Of Justin Cole's like, I have a pickup order takeaway for Justin Cole. And she goes, yeah, I know who you are. We've spoken, kind of. Your band is pretty good. I'm not like a stalker fan or anything.
She had it up until I'm not like a stalker fan. I was like, girl, please.
I wanted to crawl into my skin.
Because in the books, she's not like that when she's talking to him. No, she's normal.
I mean, like, internally, she is, but not externally.
Yeah.
Garrett, a.k.a. Graham, I have mixed in my notes. Because don't they call him Graham in the book a lot? It's kind of the nickname.
Yeah. What does it matter? They call him G a lot too.
Yeah, he overheard her. And then we get one of the more diabolical things out of his mouth. because he's like, you're too available. You're like, you shouldn't act that way around him. It's too available. And she's like, well, there's literally 3 girls over there throwing themselves at you. Like, what do you mean? And he goes, that's different.
Well, the thing is, he was right on his read of Justin.
On his read of Justin?
Their plan worked great. He wasn't saying what works for him. He was saying that man right there, you're too available for him. He likes to chase.
I was with Hannah on this one, though, because I was like,
oh, no, 100%.
Hypocrite.
Whore.
And then we get another diabolical thing, this time out of Hannah's mouth, because he's like, I need you to tutor me. I need to pass this course so that I can play. And she's like, why? Because you get off on beating people.
Oh my God.
And then proceeds to go on a rant about how hockey is just like set up to allow violence.
I was screaming at the TV. I was like, you don't understand. You don't understand the power of your words. Stop talking right now.
Yeah. And
actually
Garrett,
apologize. He looks like she just killed a dog in front of him.
He does.
Which is appropriate. She didn't pick up on that at all. At all.
Yeah.
But she couldn't see, in the show, she can't seem to see through her trauma right now. So.
Yeah.
Made me want to crawl into a hole.
Also, Justin Cole is Australian. And he's the actor's Australian. But his accent in the show is not his accent in real life.
Isn't it? I thought they said he's Australian in the show.
Yeah, but he does not sound the same in the show that he does in, like, interviews.
I wish I didn't have to hear him speak anymore.
Yeah.
I wish we could be done with that plot line.
Speaking of not wanting to hear people speak, Garrett's dad's in town, waiting for them outside of the house when he gets home. Makes a backhanded compliment. I see you finally made captain. It's about time. He goes, I'm a junior. Better late than never. And then Garrett hits him back actually with, did you drive out here to compliment me or make me feel like I fucked up about something?
Which in the book, he does not really talk to his dad. Like in the book, after games, his dad is at every single game.
Yeah.
And after games, if they win, he gets a nod. And if they lose, he gets nothing. And that's like pretty much the extent of it other than via text.
Yeah.
But also in the book, he is financially trapped by his dad. His dad is the reason that he can afford to go to school and play. And his dad lords that over him and threatens him with it to cut his monetary value at all times.
Yeah.
Which in the book, as soon as Garrett turns 21, his mom had set up a trust for him so he would be rich. But his dad doesn't know about it because his mom's parents also hated his dad and didn't tell him. So he's just trying to bide his time until he's 21.
Yeah.
None of that came into play. Like the Garrett from the book would never talk like that. What's wrong with the mics? Are they okay?
It's on my phone. It's not on there.
Sorry, that throws me off.
No,
You've
that's
conditioned
fair.
me to look at it.
No, that's fair. Yeah, they're still going.
So in the book, I need more of an explanation because I understand that they're modern, but I need them to literally be like, Garrett doesn't take money from his dad. He's got plenty of endorsements, and that's how he pays his way. Because otherwise, the Phil Grimm I know would have bitch slapped Garrett on the front yard and curb stomped him.
No, I agree. I also just realized we've been talking for like 50 minutes and we're not even through episode 1.
Yeah, I know.
So I need to maybe cut down.
Just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, his dad's getting married to his girlfriend of 2 months. More on that later. I hope they stay accurate to the Thanksgiving of it all. But whatever. We have our first hockey game. And I was a bit scared. And I feel like I was valid in that. Dean's like waving to girls in the crowd while active play is happening.
I hate the hockey scenes. I don't want to watch them at all.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. He's like having flashbacks to his childhood. He's not doing well. They're also, fans were there in business casual. I saw at least one fan there in like a jacket, like a suit jacket, but it's fine. Garrett's not playing well. Cut to Hannah. She's working the game, of course. There's fans walking through. They're talking about how they're not playing well. Garrett specifically is kind of playing like trash. She turns around and she recognizes someone in the crowd. panic attack ensues, and she goes down to the, like...
The basement.
There's a specific word for it. I just can't think of it right now.
The dressing room?
No, it's like, it's always a word that I struggle to remember because I think about this frequently. She's just like walking around down under the stands where the dressing rooms and the locker rooms are. First of all, she should have never been able to get down there. Even if she's working there.
This whole scene, everything from this scene felt like High School Musical, the musical, the series.
Yes.
Like, this was not real at all. It was insane.
Yes. Garrett, it's intermission. Garrett's pitching a fit, throws something, leaves the locker room, the dressing room.
Leaves the locker room. You're a college athlete. Who the fuck do you think you are?
And walks off with his skates on. I went back to watch. No covers, no guards, nothing. Blades out, walking on concrete.
But anyways.
You fucking idiot. If you don't know, they normally walk on pads so that the blades don't dull and they don't damage the flooring. So that was just like absolutely wild to me. He stumbles upon Hannah singing "The Bitch Is Back," iconic, and giving it her all and sounding amazing, dancing in a green room.
She did sound really good. It
She
just
sounded
felt
great.
like an entirely different show for that scene.
It did. I agree.
It feels like there's two different shows happening, to be frank.
No, yeah. And it gives him the courage to go out and win.
I hated it. Next.
Yeah. His dad gives him the nod, which is book accurate. And then there's a block party. Once again, Allie is like, you need to go talk to... We see Sean, too, which is Allie's boyfriend at this time. Allie's like, you need to go talk to Justin Cole. You've had a crush on him. Just go speak to him. And Sean's like, have a drink. And Allie goes, we're pressuring her to talk to Justin, not drink.
Well, then she airs out that Hannah had a friend. In the book, Hannah told Allie, like, I had a friend who got roofied at a party in high school and got sexually assaulted. It was super traumatizing. That's why I don't drink at parties, whatever. In the books, that's well established with Hannah and Allie. Anytime that Hannah goes to a party with Allie, which is always, that's the only time she's going to a party, her and Allie do not drink.
Yeah.
Allie, this is like the second or third year that Allie's like, I'm not going to drink if you're not drinking because I want you to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be the only one sober.
Yeah.
So then to just air that out in front of Sean, I didn't like that. It felt like a plot device.
I mean, yeah, but it was also, she was just like Hannah's friend, remember? And then that was like kind of it.
I just didn't like it. That's my
That's
opinion.
fair. That's fair. She's talking to Justin. It's so fucking awkward. Remy Wolf, who is a real artist, is performing.
Killed it.
And Garrett is, well, she's not talking to Justin yet. Garrett is too busy stalking her Instagram,
And smiling. The man's in love.
And like looking longingly at her from across the block party. It was just really unrealistic in my opinion.
She sang one song and he was like, immediately, yeah.
Yeah. She's walking up to Justin. Someone dumps a drink across her white tank top, black bra, of course.
This man doesn't even give her his jacket. I'm yelling at the TV, give her your jacket. This is common courtesy.
Instead, it just, I mean, it does kind of open conversation, but it's very surface level. Garrett, though, swoops in with his Letterman jacket, puts it over, says something about, like, I told you should wear a jacket. Pretending like they know each other. And
they know each other intimately.
Allie was about to go interfere, and they were like, no.
I believe her exact words were, a hockey player? Oh, hell no. And then Sean pulled her back.
Yeah. And it kind of, I don't know. They're talking, I don't even remember what they were talking about. Justin goes away, though, at one point, and Garrett is kind of pretending like they're together. He pulls her... He did that whole, like, saving thing and then stands 4 feet away from her while they talk, which was crazy to me. Anyways, he propositions, I will pretend to date you to get Justin's attention, make him jealous, make him interested if you tutor me. And they agree. And that is the deal.
Pretty much.
Also, there's a dead parent trope. Garrett's mom is dead.
Which she asked in their second time having a real conversation. Kendall could never.
Yeah.
My only other note is Justin Cole can kick rocks. Also, is he homeless? Why have we only seen him in the same outfit in 3 different scenes? that will continue.
Yeah, no, that does continue.
But that's episode 1. What's your plus, minus, and penalty box?
My plus was Garrett stalking her Instagram 0.5 seconds after meeting her.
My plus was just the chemistry between all the actors. I was really worried about it.
They've got great chemistry. My minus was the high-waisted skinny jeans.
My minus was when Hannah asked Garrett if he got off on hurting people in the diner. And I said in all caps, ma'am, that's actually a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
Penalty box.
Mine is Hannah skipping out on work to play the piano in a green room she shouldn't be allowed to get into.
I said changing Justin so much.
That's fair.
All right, episode 2. Wow, I'm going to try and be faster because we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sure I'll cut it down. I did get up and get my groceries at some point.
All right, so episode 2 opens up, and Hannah and Garrett are at Malone's, the diner, trying to figure out their study schedule. The height difference, amazing. We get the first time that he calls her Wellesley, and then he kisses her on the cheek, which was so cute.
Yeah, honestly, a hockey player immediately giving her a nickname, and it's literally just her last name with a Y on the end, is so accurate to real life.
Yeah. He's helping her dry. I was trying to figure out what he was drying because it looked like salt shakers. I couldn't figure it out. He's helping her clean stuff. We love an obedient, acts of service lover boy. And then they're talking about how they're going to have to not only fool Justin and their friends, but that they're going to have to fool the campus gossip site.
The fifth line.
Which, I don't know. And they're like, Jules, we've got to fool Jules. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Which honestly makes sense to me that they would add a social media aspect to it. The books were written in 2015. Social media was around, but it's changed a lot. It is a lot more prevalent.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in a traditional college, so I just don't know if that is a real thing, that they just have like one campus-wide gossip source that reports on all these couples. Like, I don't know about that.
I feel confident that I have, stumbled across one about UMich. Because
maybe, that makes sense.
In my head, Briar U is like University of Michigan or Boston University kind of thing. Boston College, if you will. Sorry, I know there's a giant rivalry there. Yeah. No, I only have one other note. Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. They take some pictures. I honestly couldn't tell. They start doing this crazy camera thing where I couldn't tell if they were having like an actual photo shoot in the diner or what was going on.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think it may have just been like, because Garrett's actively walking through the plan and he's laying it out in hockey terms, which is crazy to me.
If any of y'all have watched Runaway Bride, which we tried to watch this week, Julia Roberts' fourth fiance is like this sports guy, and he's throwing all these like sports analogy, and it's just like visualize the infield,
keep
and
your eye on the ball,
stuff like that. That is exactly how Garrett 100. Was explaining it, which I get it. You do the hockey, you've done the hockey your whole life. You don't know how to talk to a normal girl. You've never had a girl that's a friend, especially one that doesn't know any hockey. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. It was not my favorite moment. Then in the next scene, Hannah is going to the house to have their first study session. Logan answers the door. And he's like, sorry, we're not used to people knocking. And I'm like, okay, sure. Opens the door. There's like all these guys. They're playing video games and just being college bras. Then we meet Jules.
Yes.
Jules is a new character, not from the book at all. They run the social media gossip site that, what is it, the fifth line?
The fifth line.
They run that. And then we meet Jules, who is Logan's sibling, which it is wild to me because your brother is a hockey star on this team. You're only really focusing from what we see on the hockey team. Yeah. It's just a bit weird to me, but that's okay.
It's interesting, and later on at a game, they're giving like commentary. So I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to like break into the commentary of it all. I don't know.
It's an interesting choice. It doesn't feel like a fully fledged, thought out one. It feels like they gave it a half a thought and said, sure, why not? and that they needed representation. That's why they created the character.
That is kind of what it gives a little.
Yeah. Now, hopefully, as the series progresses, they flesh out Jules more. And we can get to know him.
I will say, I see a lot of people saying that they don't like Jules. I have not seen any reason not to like them, but...
Girl, we literally just met him.
And that's... These are valid points.
We just met him.
That's valid.
Then Garrett comes down the stairs looking like an absolute full course meal.
No clothes on.
No, he's got pants on. He just doesn't have a shirt on.
He's got a towel around his waist.
Okay, basically pants. He's like fresh from the shower or whatever. I don't know. It's not my place to be his keeper. He comes down looking delightful. Logan is looking all upset as they go up the stairs to have their first little study session. And my thing is, y'all know I do not fuck with Logan. If you knew her so bad to the point in episode 1 when Garrett's stalking her Instagram, he's like, Hannah, Hannah, she served us a ton at Malone's. And then all of a sudden your boy's interested in her. And now all of a sudden this girl that you know and you've seen all over the place that you've never shown an ounce of interest in, now you want to yearn for her and you want to look all upset. You had plenty of time. Kick rocks.
That's the thing. And also in the books, if we're getting book accurate, Logan's book, they even talk about like he wasn't interested in Hannah. He just wanted the relationship that Garrett and Hannah had.
But he doesn't know that until his storyline, and we'll get into that when and if the show gets into that. So they go upstairs and they're trying to have a study session, but Garrett's his phone is getting blown up. He is not living that do not disturb life. He's not putting it on silence. It's just like ting, 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 ting.
It was so annoying.
And she's like, do you need to get that? He's like, no, it's just some puck bunnies. And we hear it. And you'll hear it so much throughout the show. I wish they would stop. I have a note a little bit further down that says, stop trying to make puck bunny happen. It's not going to happen.
I have the same note. No. Okay. Puck bunny is a just universally derogatory term. And they're trying to make it out to be like the word bitch, how like girls will call each other bitch and it's fine. But like the second a man does, it's not. Yeah, they're trying to make it out like if you're friends, it's fine. They're puck bunnies. Ugh. It is just like a notoriously condescending term.
And Garrett's like, they call themselves that. Like, do they? I've never heard a woman call themselves a puck bunny.
I have only heard women call other women puck bunnies when they're trying to be bitches towards each other.
Yeah. It's just gross.
They do it multiple times in the show.
Then we have a book accurate first study scene. Hannah grabs his phone and texts whoever is texting him and snapping him or whatever that this is his tutor and you're annoying me. He will be free to fook you at this time. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
And then Garrett's like, you're so cute. And I'm like, girl, calm down. Yeah. You in the book, he's not really interested in her in a like sexual component until probably around the first time that he hears her sing, I would say.
Which technically
really around the first party scene, which they kind of rushed that and thrown off the timeline.
It's true.
It doesn't matter. Next scene. It cuts to Allie and Sean.
You loser.
In the book, Hannah doesn't really know Sean that well. He's just like a frat bro. As far as we know, he treats Allie good, doesn't cheat on her. He's just a little frat bro.
Yeah.
Well, in this, he is basically a Mormon. So they're trying to spice up, or Allie's trying to spice up their sexy time. And albeit it is against Sean's will. She's got like this sex calendar and like every single day has got a different position or whatever. And she's like, oh, this would be fun to try, whatever. She wants to live a little, experiment a little.
He doesn't.
He likes the basic plan that he subscribed for. He's not trying. He signed up for missionary or us, and he's standing by that. And then he tries to basically, like, I understand, and what he wants from his sex life is completely valid, but that is not what your partner wants. So y'all either need to break up or you need to find a middle ground. But all that she did was just completely cave to him. Yeah. And he hits her with, we can put a pillow under your back. You liked that last time. Did you see the calendar she showed you, sir? Come on. So I
Yeah.
wrote in all caps, Allie, you're too hot for this missionary man. Leave him.
Also, he's like, I mean, we can if you want to. Like, she's clearly telling me.
Clearly she wants
Because
to.
he's like, I mean, what we've been doing works.
Right? And she's like,
I guess.
she didn't buy that calendar because she was so satisfied, sir. Come on. Use your brain. The thing in your head.
Yeah.
Then in the next scene, Hannah is at allegedly the pop music class or whatever, and she is playing them her pop melody.
It's supposed to be pop.
It is Twilight.
It is
like ha 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 ha. Like it is classical music.
Yeah.
It's so there ain't nothing pop about it. So then her melody gets torn to shreds very respectfully and
Yes.
also appropriately.
They were like, it sounds like a film score. It sounds like the background music for someone else's story, which is true. That's exactly what it sounded like. That was not pop.
Yeah, but she is low-key devastated. She's getting flashbacks to her sexual assault, which again I say, girl.
She just was not that way in the book.
No, she's not that way in the book.
Like, it stuck with her, but it didn't debilitate her.
She had years of therapy.
Yeah.
Years of therapy.
Yeah.
Next scene.
This scene had me literally cackling.
It's so cute. Hannah and her friend, which, do we even know their name? They throw in this side character friend. They give him like no personality other than sassy.
He's in the theater program with Allie, and that's all I know about him.
Yeah, they haven't fleshed that one out at all for us. They're sitting in class, and then Garrett shows up late with a coffee. So then the professor's like, well, just get here whatever you can, essentially. And he goes, sorry, had to get a coffee for my girl. He hands her a coffee, and she's like, I am lactose intolerant. And he's like,
Queen.
Fake it. And she goes, fake that I'm lactose tolerant? And as a fellow lactose intolerant, I see you. He clearly doesn't understand what he's asking you to go through.
It's not like, my tummy hurts. No.
And then they do one of the most cringe things on the planet. He whips out... Yes.
I was going to say, he's like, forget your oat milk, girl.
That's later. That's a completely different scene, and I have it written down.
Okay. JK. Keep going.
So then he whips out the largest bottle of water I've ever seen in my life. It is more... I don't even know where he got that from. And it is metal. So he sets it down, and it's like, ting!
I know where he got it from. It's Hydro Flask because they are a sponsor of the show. They made sure that it turned where you could see the logo.
Well, then he puts his arm around her and they're cuddling up, and she's like, how the fuck am I supposed to take notes like this? And he's like, who said you had to take notes? Then
she is your tutor.
I don't even know how she did it. She's like trying to see if Justin's looking, and he's like, no, Justin's not looking, whatever. She accidentally spazzes to the max and flings his water bottle. I kid y'all not. It goes down every single step. It is just silence. You're waiting for it to end. The whole class is looking. The professor's looking. And it's still hitting every single step. And then it finally rolls all the way to the floor for its final ding. And then it's just silent. At this point, I am hidden behind my hands because I can't even look at it. I'm stress sweating. And the professor goes, that's a perfect example of an unwanted interruption. I would have never been able to go back to that class.
It was so... She was trying to move it because she couldn't see Justin. The giant...
Which is so pathetic.
The giant water bottle was blocking, and she was trying to see if he was looking, so she was trying to move it, and it moved. And he was looking after.
It was horrible. Horrible. Then they get out of class, and it cuts to Logan and Tucker, and they're doing like some practice puck shot or whatever, and it's so cute, honestly, because Tucker's like, don't miss it, and Logan's like, I'm not gonna miss it, and then they make the shot, whatever. It's cute. I like how they're making sure that you know that they are friends.
The friends.
And Tucker is my best friend. This denim on like blue and brown shirt. He's got like a headband in. I wanted to eat him up. I wanted him biblically. I was like, put that man on a cover of a magazine. That is art. Whoever picked out your outfit, they didn't just cook. They were sous chef. It was amazing. And they're walking out of class. Hannah is talking about how she wants to crawl into the earth and die, essentially. And Garrett's like, it wasn't that bad.
Yes, it was.
Then it cuts to Bo, my love, my sweet, my Shayla, and Dean. And they've got on like these fake crowns. And Dean's got a drum. And he's like beating a drum. And they're doing like a whole, hear ye, our annual birthday party will be at this time, which is just crazy to do on the quad. They're talking about how the campus team buses will be taking you to an unknown location off campus to, I think it's Bo's house.
It's like, yeah,
you will be forced to stay the night there. And then the buses will show up the next day and bring you back. To me, that's a nightmare.
That is also,
how did they get that?
In what world are the team buses transporting non-athletes to and from a party?
I have no clue.
That was crazy to me. The theme is dynamic duos, though, which I do like.
Yeah, I did like it. And then Justin's in the same frat as Bo. So Hannah and Garrett's like, hard launching. We're going to hard launch. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hard launch.
I'm like, honey, I think you hard launched when you launched that water bottle down every single step in the lecture hall.
Also, let's keep in mind, Justin is in the same freaking outfit again.
It's the same jacket.
My guy, I say this with love. Do you have access to a washer and dryer? When's the last time we ate a meal? Are you good?
Yes. Then. Never
It's hard to say because he's in this fuck-ass studded leather pleather jacket.
Leather pleather.
So then the hard launch is official. They go to Allie, who in the book, she is also a singer. She's wanting to go the Broadway route.
Yeah.
In the show, she does costumes.
She does theater.
Well, she's the costume maker and director.
She just has access to the costumes.
And she's going to make their costume.
For the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which makes her the costume maker.
I just wanted to preface, that's not her role. That's not what she's studying. She's in the theater program.
Yeah, but in the show so far, they don't have her sing or anything. Her description is just costume. We make costume. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they flesh that out and let her act or do something else.
I'm going to tell you now, she's a theater major. They did say something because the unnamed friend in Hannah's class, they had a line read that they had to get to.
All right, well, Allie is going to be making their costumes. They're trying to figure out what to do. Hannah wants to go, of course, the conservative. She wants to go girl hot.
She wants to go Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Winona Ryder, which she's right.
Yeah.
But Garrett and Allie are like, no, babes, you need to be boy hot, which to their mind means you need to be a little... We need to have tits out, thighs out, waist where, you know?
Yeah, which is boy hot.
And Garrett has a diabolical line, which is, if you're into me, you're into hockey. Which, yuck.
I'm like, so your only identifying factor is hockey?
But I also understand it because if you are allegedly in a relationship, you have to support your significant other. So if your significant other is Mr. Hockey, you're going to a hockey game. Because she didn't want to go, and he was like, sorry, you don't actually get that option. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I hate that for you. So then Hannah, in a move that set the feminist movement back 20 years, she says, I'm going to dress up as a puck bunny. Which is funny, but also, why are we giving it more airtime? Allie makes it cute. She's got on like ears, fake ears, whatever. They're like, ha ha ha, we're going to take back the power. I just didn't like it personally. I'm like, why are we giving Puck Bunny? Stop trying to make it happen.
Yeah, stop trying to make Puck Bunny happen. I thought that Allie, for some reason, because I'm pretty sure Hannah was like, I'm not a Puck Bunny.
Yeah.
And Allie was like, doesn't mean you can't dress like one.
Yeah, I think it's some version of that.
I think that's
but
what
she
the
still
case
agreed to do
yeah,
the costume.
and she went as a bunny.
She went as a Puck Bunny specifically.
Yeah, but it's very interesting to me because they very much hinted like, oh, she's going as a Puck Bunny, but then Garrett's a magician, so I'm like,
I didn't understand his at all. I thought he was a vampire up until you just said magician. I was like, maybe that explains it.
I think it was supposed to be like a magician's rabbit kind of situation. But I'm like, so is she a pug bunny or is she a magician's rabbit? Like,
I don't know.
Which one is it?
There was room to be better coordinated, but they were still better coordinated than Allie and Sean. So, meh.
Yeah, and he even says, Puck Bunny bus leaves, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
I just hate it. Just say the fan bus leaves. It's just gross to me.
The team bus is leaving then. Everybody else's bus is leaving then.
Yeah.
Like, just...
I don't like it. Yeah. Then the next scene, Hannah is literally the only person at Garrett and the other boys' hockey practice. Don't know how she got in there. She's just in there, headphones on, trying to figure out her melody, trying to let that music move her.
The music.
The boys are doing like interviews and stuff. It's weird. She's also just getting, because of course, anytime she listens to music or thinks about music or wants to be music in this show, she's going to have war flashbacks to her traumatic experience. She's in the middle of having a flashback. Coach walks up. Coach Johnson, you're so dear to me. Oh, I love him so much. He is simply everything to me. I love that man.
And he's like that, but dang.
UL.
Oh.
And he walks up and he's basically like, fuck are you doing here? This is not an open practice or whatever. And she's like, no, it's okay because I am waiting on Garrett because I am his tutor. And Coach goes, essentially, thank God we need you.
Yeah.
And at that point, I knew that Garrett's GPA was a lot worse than he was letting on. The coach is doing that.
Which in the books, he's got like all A's. He's got like a C in one class and he's got an F in the class that they have together.
Yeah, which is the only reason that his GPA is so on the fence.
Yeah.
Then I don't even know how to describe it other than Garrett basically says, come on, and then walks off. And so she's following him, which I just don't like. Then they make sure that they let you know that this show is sponsored by Nike. So he's
got like 80,000 sponsors. I've never seen
Nike everything. Nike Pro.
I have never seen more ad placement in a show in my life. Even Vitamin Water from Gossip Girl doesn't compare to the amount of ad placement in this show.
So he basically has her following behind him. He's going in, he's lifting more weights or whatever.
Oh
and she's like, I don't really appreciate having to wait an hour plus to have our study session. It's disrespectful to my time. I have more things I need to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, we can study now. He's got this line. He goes, I can be locking in while we study lock, as he's like pumping iron, doing freaking bicep curls.
I did not clock that line.
Girl, it was so stupid. She clocks his shit. She goes, really? I've never met a guy who can genuinely do two things at once. Queen. And then this guy goes, you've been sleeping with the wrong guys, Wellesley. Why's it gotta be sex? Why's it gotta be sex?
Yeah.
And then this man, he goes, forget your oat milk. This is serious.
Which is the title that I've given this episode. Forget your oat milk. This is serious.
So then he's like giving her shit for blushing when he says stuff to her. And he's like, I'm a very physical guy. Like, I'm going to give you compliments, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, they're doing one of my favorite trips of all time. The scene that just lives rent-free in my head, except they made it in a weight room, which I absolutely hate.
I hated that.
He's pumping irons and whatnot. He's telling her not to blush, and she's like, I'm not gonna blush. Am I blushing now? They're like this close to each other. He like is putting up a weight or whatever, and she pulls him in close, like puts her hands up on his hair or whatever, and he's like, don't blush. And then they kiss, and it is so close to their face.
The camera was so close.
The camera had such FOMO, it wanted to be even closer than it already was.
I need to get in there.
It was trying to get biblical with them. They're kissing, it's great. The butterflies are going. Logan walks in. In the book. In the book, Dean is the one. They're having a study session in his room. All of what just played out is much smoother and more, honestly, it had more riz to it.
Yeah.
Than this. And Dean's the one who walked in and is like, oh, I see what we're calling tutoring these days. How's that good tutoring going? Yeah. And Hannah basically is like, I mean, I was just having Garrett. I was just proving to Garrett that I have great makeout skills, and she calls it makeout skills in the book, and it made me want to die. Well, in this, they're kissing. Logan walks in, does the same little bit about, wow, this is what's tutoring right now. Garrett is oozing Riz this entire time from here on out.
It's like,
and
I was just trying to prove a point.
Yeah, he is looking all like, big macho man, and she is like, she walks up to Logan, she goes, I'm gonna kiss you, and then she kisses him, and then my girl, she goes, am I blushing now? And walks out. Garrett literally looked so proud. Keep in mind, the 2 seconds that her and Logan are kissing, Garrett is like,
it's like
he's
that
about to
Arthur
lose
meme.
it. Literally, he's about to crash out. She goes bar for bar with him, heads out. He genuinely looks proud. Logan looks like he's probably never been kissed before, and honestly, he looks really confused and like he kind of regrets walking in there. End scene.
I have a couple things to say about this sequence. There's a batch of players giving pre-game interviews. There were not nearly enough and get the pucks deep in these interviews. I did appreciate Tucker's being like, we need to give 110%. Like,
you give 100,
and then we got to give 10 more. It was so freaking funny.
That's the hockey player I know.
And also, the coach told Hannah at some point, like, do you know who Garrett's dad is? And he's like, he's a big hockey legend. And Garrett's dad being a woman beater and also a massive deal in the world of hockey is just so real.
Him being one of the best defensive players of all time in hockey, and then also being a domestic violence initiator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay, it's game time, bitches.
It's game time. Hannah doesn't know where to sit or what's going on. And our girl, Kendall, who is a girl's girl as of this moment in this episode, she's like, is this your first game? Like, come sit with us.
We don't buy.
Like, this play-by-play was super helpful for me when I was starting to get into hockey.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Jules is like live streaming the hockey game
on Instagram.
And the opening is some version of, the game is about to start, and here's Briar-U's puck bunnies showed up to show out, and they start going like, wow!
I'm like, stop trying to make it happen.
I was like, Jules, come on. We don't buy into that. You're better than that, even though I just met you. And then she is literally like filming on her iPhone. Yeah. They score, and she's like jumping up and down, and I'm just, I feel bad for whoever's watching that live stream.
Which I did make a note. I don't know what college game live streams look like, how accessible they are. Like, that might very well be how a lot of people watch games, is through live streams by people in the stands. I don't know. I don't watch college hockey.
I'm just like, they couldn't get a tripod.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes security is tough.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it doesn't fit in a clear bag.
I didn't see a single security person, though.
Me neither.
And Hannah's just beat bopping around wherever the fuck she
really
wants
is.
In this place. She's actually
also,
the owner of this house.
Why wasn't she working that game?
It's hard to say.
That just occurred to me. Okay.
Probably because Garrett told her, if you're into me, you're into hockey. You're going to the game. Then you're getting on that puck bunny bus, you little puck bunny.
You little puck bunny. And that's a compliment, apparently. Okay, party time.
Then it cuts to a party.
Yeah, they're at the birthday party.
There's keg stands, there's belly shots, there's costumes. It is serving. I was getting flashback to my late teens, early 20s. I wanted to leave immediately. It was accurate.
There was a really, really funny moment, though, to me, because Dean is laying on the counter. People are taking belly shots off of him.
It's and body shots.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Body shots off of him. And someone's pouring alcohol in his mouth. Logan jumps and karate chops his stomach, so he spits it out everywhere. And Bo goes, you gotta clean it up. Waste not, want not. And they start chanting Zamboni as he's sucking the alcohol off the counter.
And that's how I imagine every hockey party ever is.
And then Role Model starts playing.
Hannah walks down. Oh, I forgot that I said I was getting war flashbacks to my teens, early 20s the whole party. Hannah slow walks down the stairs. She's in like above the knee. I think it's above the knee boots, white boots. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's very much.
She's in basically pajama shorts and a corset that is so tight. There's no way my girl could take a deep breath.
No.
I actually got short of breath just looking at it. It was, whew. Body tea, she looked divine. She's slow walking down the stairs as Garrett, the simp that he is just like, and Role Model is playing, which was the soundtrack for the show. We've said it once, we're saying it twice. It's amazing.
Suki Waterhouse, Role Model, Jenny. There was.
It's just amazing.
Others. Billy Joel. It's just incredible. Yeah, sorry.
The only other thing I wrote about her costume, honestly, up until Abby said magician a couple minutes ago, I thought that Garrett was a vampire, which is why I did not understand their costume.
Which, if it
keep in mind,
if it makes you feel better, one of the guys was like, "Oh, I guess Garrett's not a vampire then." I didn't believe him when he said he wasn't a vampire, so you're not alone in it.
I felt really seen by that. Keep in mind that Dean and Bo are the duos, and they're literally Goose and Maverick from Top Gun, which is so
I don't
cute.
want to talk about the parallels of how that movie ended, though.
Oh my god!
Because Bo was Goose.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
Think that I'm overthinking. Anyways, Hannah's body tea. She can't breathe. But as the 2011 cinematic masterpiece Monte Carlo taught us, if it ain't hurting, it ain't helping. So
True.
In the book, I said it. This is where I said it. This is where I got really pissed off. In the book, I've said it several times now. Hannah has had years of therapy. She is able to go to a party and have a good experience. She just stays sober, and she will stay with Allie. She's comfortable being with herself. Like, it's not really much of a problem.
Yeah.
In the show, of course, she's getting flashbacks because, you know, there's music playing. And any time that she's listening to music, singing, thinking about music, she's getting flashbacks.
It's really annoying. It is very annoying.
It's too much for me.
Yeah.
You know what else is too much? Allie. This queen. This absolute legend.
The
she comes
boob
in,
tape?
She comes in a J-Lo costume. It is literally like all the way down past her belly button.
It
like,
is.
It's insane. She's got the strongest boob tape I've literally ever seen in my life because she is having the time of her life dancing, and that boob tape ain't moving at all. Yeah. And then Sean's there.
Sean's
He's in like
Ben
a
Affleck.
flannel and a Boston cap, and she understandably roasts him.
He's Ben Affleck.
Yeah, but
which like makes sense.
He needed
honestly,
a Dunkin' cup if he was trying to be Ben Affleck.
She said, "You left the Dunkin' cup in the car.
I am Allie.
You need to go get it, otherwise nobody will know you're Ben Affleck." And he was like, "The car's all the way over there."
Which is fair. I wouldn't go back for it either.
And then we don't see him again.
We don't see him at all. She hits the dance floor.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what happens before that is Garrett is trying to find Hannah a drink because Hannah doesn't drink alcohol at parties. So he tells Logan this. Logan, who has siblings, immediately understands what he means. I don't even think Garrett understands really what that entails yet. But Logan did. And so he grabs like a canned IPA and goes, "This is safer. Try this."
Yeah, closed cans are better.
Yeah, you're right. And I was like, I'm not going to be manipulated by you. I will not be on your side. Absolutely not.
Yeah. And then he hits with, "Go be the hero, dude."
And it's just like basic common courtesy.
I know. I was like, he's going to be more insufferable than I thought.
Yeah, I don't like him. That's fine. That we know.
You know what I do like?
I wrote down, I don't even know how to accurately portray this next scene, but I'm going to try. Allie is dancing. She is having the time of her life. She's dancing by herself because her dud of a boyfriend ain't nowhere to be seen. Dean walks up and is like, "Who is that?"
Bo.
I'll let you say that part.
Said, "Well, I don't know her personally, but I'm pretty sure that's J-Lo."
I threw my head back and cackled. I
literally just giggled and kicked my feet, and I wasn't even watching it in real time.
And then Tucker cues up a J-Lo song.
Yeah.
And Allie's so cute. She goes, "Oh my God, this is my song!" And then she starts dancing harder. And Dean goes, "Who says you're struggling with a cyst?" And gives him a kiss on the cheek. Then does a full spin move to sidle up to Allie. Then they They grind, which is so inappropriate because she's got a boyfriend and she knows that that ain't her boyfriend.
Yeah, her vanilla ass boyfriend ain't doing that.
They proceed to have the most charismatic dance scene I have literally ever seen with full eye contact.
Yeah.
Dean is ready to lay it all on the line for her, essentially, and she hits him with a little like, She remembers she's got a boyfriend, a basic brunette ass boyfriend somewhere in the crowd. So she literally, like, I don't even know, she like sachets away off into the night.
She just like floats away on a cloud of beauty and grace.
Lives were changed during that dance. I felt like I was intruding, and honestly, anything that happened after that scene, no one has chemistry like that. Nobody has chemistry like that.
We paused and had a moment of silence,
and then we had to rewatch it. It is one of the most powerful scenes I've ever seen.
I just read a quote that I wrote down from you.
What did I say?
It's recession music, talking about J-Lo.
Yeah, it is. It is recession music.
I wrote down the finger wag, the chemistry, happy pride. That had me questioning my sexuality there for a second.
Yeah. So then after that, they expect me to be casual and care about Graham and Hannah. I don't.
No, I'm sorry.
Garrett.
They stole the show. It's theirs now.
Justin's there. And Garrett's like, Hannah, don't go talk to him. Like, we just want him to basically want what he can't have some more. And Hannah's like, well, he's starting to notice me now. Keep in mind, this is the first and only time so far that you will see Justin in a different outfit. And it is just a slightly different jacket.
It's just a different jacket. He says, quote, watch the player, not the puck.
And she goes, what does that mean? Then he takes her up the stairs, which is so cringe to me.
It's like a balcony.
Takes her up the stairs on the balcony where everyone can see him, pulls her close, whispers in her ear, this is when I would tell you all the dirty things that I want to do to you or whatever. She blushes. It cues down to Justin and Logan watching pathetically.
Was Logan there?
Yes, they panned to him too.
I didn't catch that. That's my bad.
And then they go to his bedroom. Now, keep in mind, none of that was hitting for me because I just watched Dean and Allie have the most chemistry ever. They
honestly should have ended the episode with the Dean and Allie scene because literally nothing outside of that. I was like, I don't care. Where's Dean and Allie?
No, they like go into the room that they're going to be staying in for the night because remember, again, you can't leave this house. There's no way for you to leave.
Yeah, they also need people to think that they're having sex.
Yeah, so they go in. He like collapses on the bed. And he's like, thank God, I'm so tired, which is real because you just played a hockey game, then you've been having a party, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then it cues a basic trope of we can't share a bed, which in the book... In the book, they were having a study session and they started binge watching Breaking Bad and then they fell asleep together.
Oh my God, you're right.
Cuddled up in his bed.
Yeah, that's true. True story.
But again, I said, okay, I'll allow that we can't share a bed trope because they're really heightening the trauma that Hannah is still dealing with from her assault. But I'm sorry, I'm not sleeping on the floor. It pans out they're both sleeping on the floor. Build a pillow wall.
Somebody get on the bed. One person. There's no need for both of us to sleep on the floor.
She got him to sleep on the floor. I'd be like, psych, I'm sleeping on the bed. I'm not sleeping on that floor. Not with that thin ass blanket that's supposed to be cushioning me from these hardwoods. Not with my back, girly.
I have
not
something
with my
else
bag.
to say about this.
Also, where's her skincare?
At a party and nobody has showered and they're going to bed.
Well, they changed outfits, so I'm like, maybe they brought their skincare and showered and whatever. I don't know.
There was no, I'm going to go shower or anything. And
well, they're not going to include every single thing in the show.
Well, it's stuck with me. So they should have said whether or not they showered.
Next time,
nobody's hair was
tell me
wet.
your skincare routine.
I don't need every step. I just need I'm going to go shower.
Well, also, me personally, I am a showerer after a party or an event or something.
I'm a showerer after being out of the house.
Yeah, but not everyone lives the way we live. Some people just wash their faces. Some people sleep in their makeup.
I used to be able to do that. Now if I do that, I wake up with 8 cystic pimples.
Anyways, it pans out to them both. They're both sleeping on the floor. They're both scrolling on their phones in silence, which is real.
Yeah. That's
because Garrett has stalked Hannah's Instagram so aggressively. on his For You page is, of course, a full video of her singing a song. She understandably is mortified and is like, please, for the love of God, scroll to the next one. He doesn't. He listens to her sing and makes her listen to her sing so that he can be like, wow, you're so talented. You're so talented. Do you still sing like that? And she's like, no, I don't sing like that. Then they proceed. Well, I guess it's really on his side. He trauma dumps. And it's just simply because she's asking him questions about like hockey and why do you play hockey and do you like it? He's like talking about his dad and all this and that without being straight up. Yeah, he's an abuser. He basically is just like, my dad's a hard ass. Like, he's chucking all the joy out of my life. I hate that man. Ooh. They get so vulnerable so quickly in that bedroom in the way that only traumatized, extroverted, and tism people get.
Yeah, it's true.
This
true
is
story.
like their third time having an actual conversation.
Yeah, this is like, as someone who loves deep conversations, yeah, it takes a special type of person to be able to just like have a deep conversation with somebody that they've spoken to 3 or 4 times.
And then also keep in mind, this is the most evil, diabolical shot I have ever seen on film. It is a split screen. This. Hannah, they show her like laying on the floor very normally. Mm-hmm. Garrett, they zoom in like to only see his lips as he is talking about how hard it is to play hockey with the pressure that like everyone puts on him because of his dad and also the pressure that his dad puts on him. And it went on for forever. And then after that, you don't even have time to recover because they start playing this cringy ass video of Justin again singing a cover song with a band at the worst overhead pointed down up close angle you've ever seen in your life.
You're both laying on the bed at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he admits to have found her singing in the green room in between intermissions or whatever, and it's a very interesting conversation or whatever. And so she's like, have you heard Miley Cyrus's rendition of The Bitch Is Back? And he goes, yeah, of course, I'm a man of taste. And then they're looking up different covers and he pulls up Justin Cole's performance of something, and that's when we get the Justin Cole thing. They're both laying on the bed watching it, and he's like, you should ask him for help with your song, which
I mean, that man is a lot more pop than Hannah is, so it's valid.
It's true.
But that song, they fall asleep to Justin's cover rock band singing. They wake up, they're noodled up. Garrett is playing the part of Big Spoon.
Yeah.
Then he gets up, he turns off the light, looks at Hannah, and goes to bed on the floor.
Yeah.
Turns out he is a gentleman.
Yeah.
Because when they're originally having we can't share a bed, he's like, I mean, I'm not a gentleman. I don't know why you thought I was going to do that or whatever. And then he just says, psych, I am a gentleman.
I'm a good person.
The next morning, they cut to the campus team buses loading everyone up. The athletes are on one bus. The puck bunny people are on the other one. Hannah and Graham are just smiling at each other. And then Justin walks up.
Which, need I remind Garrett, he told Hannah to go ask him to help with the song.
I think he does need reminded because he immediately gets absolutely depressed. He gets so butthurt about it.
And then turns on The Beaches.
Yeah, which is an iconic choice.
She had mentioned to him the night before, like, have you heard of The Beaches? They're going to change your life. So, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I've only seen them study once.
And then Justin ends up, like, sitting on the bus with Hannah. Yeah. And then that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
But also, I want to talk about it. They zoom out of Sad Boy Garrett listening to the music that Hannah suggested. And it is Dean and Tucker, an entirely empty row. Graham, an entirely empty row. Logan, and then a randos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are we not sharing? Are those not your boys? Y'all don't want to sit together? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it.
They wanted to make sure that you knew he's the main character.
He's a loner,
and I'm like, I honestly did need to be reminded because you gave me Dean and Allie on episode 2.
Those are my main characters now. Like, what do you mean?
You expect me to care about these two?
I don't care. Who? What's her name again? Who that? Yeah.
Who that in the bank?
Who that in the bank?
But yeah, that's the end of episode 2. What's
Yeah.
your plus minus penalty box?
My plus, Dean and Allie taking over the episode.
That's my plus
Really?
too. Dean and Allie dancing, yeah.
Yes. My minus is John Logan being clearly into Hannah when that's not really how the books were yet.
Mine, I kind of had 2. I said the bedroom scene because they were doing the weird cuts that I've already mentioned. And because I'm not great with fictional emotional vulnerability and it just makes me uncomfortable. I don't like watching that
Lauren's
stuff.
not good with fictional emotions. Or
I have to deal with so many real people's emotions in life and in my job.
I know.
I will not stand for this.
my penalty box is them not showering after the party before they went to bed.
My penalty box is live streaming the hockey game by hand by iPhone
Is
on
she
this
standing
allegedly
too? Sorry.
as the alleged massive campus-wide gossip site.
Yeah, it was interesting. I will say, speaking of them being non-binary, I feel like shows nowadays don't do a really good job of capturing that. They just shove it in your face and make their whole personality being them being non-binary.
They're just like, look at that weird haircut. Look at that jewelry. They wear dark clothes.
Yeah,
That's a non-binary.
They're weird. They're not like other. They don't hang out with the popular people. So I enjoy.
They're one of the bros.
I enjoy their making Jules very cool. Very, very cool.
I mean, that's your take because in the party, Hannah, she is just standing there. This is before Garrett comes back with the drink. Jules comes up to Hannah and is like, what's going on? I don't believe that y'all are dating. Like, Garrett's kind of an asshole. Like, he can be a dick and no disrespect, but you're not his type. And Hannah, expert level, because she stumbled all over trying to explain that she is attracted to Garrett and that he's hot, which, girl, you've seen him top to bottom.
It's true.
You know that body is tea.
That body is tea.
Like, he's built like a Roman god, okay? We can all say it. It's a safe space. She stumbles through the worst statement trying to prove that she's attracted to him I've ever seen. Then Jules hits her with a, you're not Garrett's type. And she goes, oh, why? Because I eat food. You don't think that I'm one of those girls? She fully turns it around on Jules. Jules is like, no, that's not what I meant at all. And Hannah's like, really? Basically, which was expert manipulation.
No, for sure. It was a good move on Hannah's part.
And that's the only personality I've really seen out of Jules. So I'm glad you like their personality. I need to see more out of that character.
No,
it's giving me nothing.
They definitely need to develop, but I feel like thus far they've done a good job.
Right now it's just a filler character.
Because I'm just thinking about right now it is just a filler character, but there's a lot of filler characters actually.
Yeah, just like the third friend.
Yeah.
Of Hannah and Allie's.
Yeah.
But anyways, we've been talking for like an hour and 40 minutes.
An hour and 41. It's true.
We'll be back next week.
We will try to condense it more. I just had a lot of thoughts.
I mean, also it's a lot of world building.
Yeah.
But depending on how much goes on in the Stanley Cup Finals and then the PWHL expansion process, we might end up having to do 2 episodes for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then after that, it should be all off campus.
Yes.
But we will see you next week. Until then,
bye.
Subscribe to the Fifth Line.
Go listen to our other episode that's out as well.
Bye now.
Like, subscribe.
Smash a like.
Smash a like.